Guten Tag, meine Damen und meine Herren. Wie geht es Ihnen? Ich heiße Pfarrer Glenn Schwanke von Peace Evangelische Lutheranische Kirche, Houghton, Michigan. Wie geht es Ihnen? Ganz gut? Haha, immer auf zwei Beinen? It's probably about as much of that as you'll want. It's proof that during this extended stay home, stay safe order, that maybe we're all getting a little bit flaky, a little bit stir crazy as we're locked down, we're hunkered down at home. And yet, you know what? I have also a serious reason for reaching out to you with this little video devotion in the week after Easter and wearing this fine German Bavarian alpine hat to boot. It's because of one of the practical problems of the stay-home order. Barbershops are closed. So for a while now, I've been saying that the longer this goes on, it's either going to be the Yul Brynner look for me, and I really don't want to go down that road, or it's going to be the ZZ Top Duck Dynasty look for me. I'd be more inclined to go down that road, and yet I'm not sure how everybody would take that, especially for these devotions and the live streaming. Then it occurred to me, well, what about a hat? Der Hut. Couldn't be better than that. Well, yeah, some people might still be a little bit put off by that for the live streaming, for the devotions, even though this is a beautiful Bavarian hat. You can't get any nicer than that. So the other option would be, ta-da! You learn how to cut your own hair. You know, this isn't just half bad, actually. I've owned trimmers for years, and this only took me about an hour and a half on Monday to get it to this stage, and it's been growing out for a few days, and really it's not that bad if you haven't had a hat on to mess it up a little bit. But it took me so long because you're cutting your own hair, and so you got to do it in a mirror. And then the back, ay. Could you just take it on faith that it doesn't look too bad? Because that had to be done with a double mirror. Handheld mirror, you're looking at that, you're looking back in this other mirror, and everything's shaking a little bit, there's all of that. But it's also all upside down and backwards, too. And so it took this episode of cutting my own hair to give me a little bit of a new insight and a little bit of a greater understanding into something Paul said in his first letter to the Corinthians. It's nestled there in that 13th chapter, that chapter that's all about love, when he talks also about our life and our growth in the faith. And then there's verse 12. Now we see indirectly, using a mirror, but then we will see face to face. He's talking about what it'll be like for us when we finally go past this life, go through death, come out the other side, and we're home in heaven above. We can't even begin to understand what that's going to be like. From our perspective now, tainted with sin, everything is upside down and backwards and a bit blurry too. And so that makes me think of whether we really even also get the comfort and the power of what Paul wrote to the Romans, this time in the 8th chapter, verse 18. For I conclude that our sufferings at the present time are not worth comparing with the glory that's going to be revealed to us. In fact, creation is waiting with eager longing for the sons of God to be revealed. That's talking again about Judgment Day. That's talking about the final resurrection. That's talking about going to be with our Lord forever in heaven above. Right now, we can't even begin to grasp what that is like, as we all too easily can get pulled down a little bit and maybe depressed more than a little bit by present sufferings, COVID-19, pandemic, and all the possible consequences of that. One day, on the other side, it won't even be a distant memory. One day, on the other side, we'll recognize that this glory that is ours through eternity itself is so much greater and so much more important. All because of Easter. All because Easter is real. He is risen. He is risen indeed.